Okay, today we're going to just learn how to do some basic formatting in Excel. So what I'd like you to do is open up an Excel spreadsheet right now. Okay, and now in A1, I'd like you to type Q2 grades dash, and then just type your name. First name and last name, please. Then I would like you to just go down to A3. Let's just skip one line. And in A3, I'd like you to type the word English. That's one of your subjects. Now, what I'm going to have you do now is enable you to type on two lines in one cell. You're going to hold down the Alt key, and hit Enter. And then whatever your English teacher's name is. I'm going to put Mrs. K. And now I'm going to put social ST for social studies. Again, I'm going to hit Control or Alt Enter, not Control, Alt Enter, and I'm going to put Mr. Lyons. I'm going to just arrow over, and I'm going to put Math, Alt Enter, Miss Ebert. And then I'm going to just move over a little bit more, and I'm going to put Science, Alt Enter. Oops, what happened? Alt. This doesn't like me right now. I don't know why that didn't like me. Make sure you are in right after, your cursor is right after the E in science. And we're going to put Mrs. Hubbard. Okay. Now we're going to place our cursor underneath here. Now, do you notice how Miss Ebert and Mrs. Hubbard are on 3 lines instead of 2? That just indicates that the columns, these are columns going vertical, are not wide enough to fit what's in here. So if you hover, first we'll hover between the C and the D until you get that bar with 2 arrows coming out of the middle of it, and you just double click. Oops, we don't want to double click. We want to come out. You just drag out. Okay? You can drag these out, or if you want them all to be the same width, you can also go up here to Format, and you can go to Column Width, and we can type in, let's type in 15 for our column width. That's 15 pixels or 15 letters. All right. Now let's just put some random grades in here. I'm going to put a 96 for English, 98 for social studies. Math, I'm going to put an 89, and then science, I'm going to put a 92. Really good in school, I am, yes. All right, so now this looks kind of like a, kind of a boring spreadsheet. There's not a lot going on here. So now we're going to make it look pretty. And to make it look pretty, that's what we call formatting. So the first thing, we're going to work from the top down. We are going to merge and center. Notice that our title is in A and B, but our spreadsheet goes all the way through column D. So in future lessons or in future videos, I will say center the title over the spreadsheet. So this is the title. To spread it over the spreadsheet, you just click and drag inside here where the big thick cross is. Highlight those 4 columns, and then we're going to go up here in the alignment group on the home tab, and you're just going to press merge and center. Now, doesn't that look better? It's centered over all of the information in the spreadsheet, so it looks centered. So now we're going to work on making this look a little bit better. So the first thing we're going to do is increase the size because we want the title to stand out. Okay, I just hit the increase font, or you could have come over here and chose a size there. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change the fill color, otherwise known as the cell color. So I'm not changing the color of the words, I'm changing the background colors. So I'm going to come here, and I'd like you to follow along here. You should be doing this as well. I'm going to use a theme color. And this theme color that I'm using is going to be purple, accent 4, lighter 40%. Okay, so there's a difference between theme colors and standard colors. Theme colors will change depending on what theme you have set for your spreadsheet. Standard colors never change. So we're going to go with the purple theme color. And now I think we'll also change the font color. Now, font color is the color of the text. So we call it text color. Okay, so we're going to just change that to a white. All right, now we're going to go on to our titles here of our column titles. I'm going to highlight all of them. Now, when I highlight all of them, you could also say, I want to highlight cells A3 through D3, okay? A3 through D3. How I will write that in your directions will look like this. I'm just going to type this down here. A3 colon D3. That means you need to highlight all the cells between A3 and D3. And now let's center those cells. Okay? Let's also bold that. Okay, just so it looks a little bit better. And another thing you can do is add cell styles. So we could always do maybe a heading 1 cell style. How about a nice, that looks good. Okay. And now let's also highlight A4 through D4, and let's also center our grades. Okay, so this is very basic, but this is how you would start with cell color, text color, centering information, inputting information, okay, changing column widths. All right, you can do them one at a time. You could highlight them all and then drag and they'll all change. Or you can go up here to the format column width and type in the width you want. Okay? We'll see you during the next video.